And they're away. Dolby Dancer and Landyap making it from Rudjig, the favourite in third, with on his outside Amelianne. The back marker is Rosgill. And Landyap going on now from Dolby Dancer and Amelianne and Rudjig in 4. 5 comes Sesame, and then Fairfield's Cone and My Impression, Muthaiga and Rosgill. Landyap from Dolby Dancer and Amelianne. Then Sesame and Rudjig on the inside. Fairfield's Cone, My Impression, Muthaiga and Rosgill. And Landyap, winner of 5 races in the States, making it from Amelianne and Dolby Dancer and Sesame and Rudjig, with My Impression coming next. Behind them, Fairfield's Cone, Muthaiga and Rosgill. So the Ellsworth runners, David Ellsworth runners, 1-2 at the moment. Landyap from Amelianne, Dolby Dancer and then Sesame. Fairfield's Cone, My Impression and Rudjig, as they swing left-handed out of that top turn. Landyap with being joined by Amelianne now, little between them. Amelianne going on from Landyap with Dolby Dancer third. They're getting a pretty good clip too. 4 is Sesame, 5 is Rudjig, with Willie Carson just pushing the favourite along a little bit now. Behind him comes My Impression. Rosgill is the back marker, racing into the home turn with Amelianne the leader, from Dolby Dancer in second. In third then is Landyap, and then Sesame 4. 5 with plenty to do at the moment is the favourite Rudjig. Into the home stretch now and racing to the half-mile pole. Amelianne with the advantage from Dolby Dancer, Sesame, Landyap, and then Rudjig still being routed along by Willie Carson. Rosgill making a little bit of progress from the rear, coming down to the 3-furlong pole. Amelianne maintaining this gallop from Dolby Dancer and Sesame. Rudjig is under pressure now and not making a lot of progress at the moment. Sesame going well in behind the lead as they come down towards the 2-furlong pole. Sesame the challenger now to Amelianne. Rudjig has now moved into third, but still got it to do, coming down to the furlong pole. Amelianne now with Rudjig improving on the near side. Sesame still coming there too, inside the final furlong, and Rudjig has come there with Sesame. Sesame on the far side, Rudjig on the near side. It's going to be a race. It's Sesame on the far side, Rudjig on the near side, Rudjig on the near side, Sesame on the far side. It's going to be a photo at the line. It's a photo between Sesame and Rudjig, but Sesame's won it. Sesame's won it from Rudjig, I think. Landyap is third, and for Amelianne, it's a photo officially, but I think we'll find that the game mare, the 5-year-old mare Sesame, has stuck her head out on the line and has won it from the favourite Rudjig, but officially it's a photo between number 1, Sesame, owned by Mr. Christopher Spence, trained by David Morley and ridden by Walter Swinburn, and number 4, Rudjig, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by John Gosden and ridden by Willie Carson, with third, number 2, Landyap. Think we'll find that Sesame, who won the St. Simon's Stakes here on the soft ground, has won her 7th race at her 26th attempt, but it's a photo. See what you think as we review the closing stages.
Well, what an amazing race this was. Rudjig completely went to sleep at the half-mile marker, and up front, Amelianne, having gone for home, just for a moment it looks as though she'd hold on, but then look back to Wally Swinburn just cantering, swinging off Sesame, who we think's eventually won, while Willie Carson's really hard at work here, asking for everything from Rudjig, and finally wakes him up and gets him running, Jim.
I wouldn't have given him a chance with 3 to run, because Willie's been working hard on him all the way. But Walter, as you say, under wraps here, Walter Swinburn on Sesame. Just look at this, and I would think it was going through his head, how far am I going to win? Because at this stage he hadn't seen Willie Carson on Rudjig, and look at the run that Willie's got out of this colt. He's picked him up and really had to ride him well. He's a brave fella, but he's a bit lazy. I wonder if a half pair of blinkers would just keep his mind on his job. But a little room here between Sesame and, as Peter says, what guts this filly's got, because she won here through literally courage when she won the St. Simon on very heavy ground, and she's answering all that young Walter's given her here, Julian.
Yeah, because Willie, in fact, has gone a head or a neck up, and there is a steward's inquiry called. And I think when we see the head-on view, we'll see that both horses have just drifted a little bit to the left, and Amelianne and Landyap may have been slightly squeezed. But Willie, who's been riding with his whip in his right hand throughout, was in front probably till 75 yards from the line. Then Wally Swinburn's really gone to work on Sesame. She's stuck her head in front, and as they come to the line, it's absolutely on the nod. And whose nose is down at the line? Well, for us, it's the mare Sesame has just been in the right position as they've crossed the line. But now, what is the steward's inquiry about? You can say Willie Carson pulling round here. Up front is Amelianne in the white. On the rails is Landyap with the black cap there, and Walter Swinburn just has to pull round Amelianne, and as he does so, possibly he and Willie Carson's mount come a little bit close together, and do they both take a little bit of a drift to the right here? Certainly, Willie Carson riding with his whip in his right hand, you know, his horse still having really had quite a limited racing career, still almost a little bit on the green side, Jim, isn't it?
Rudjig is just actually edging a little bit to the left. The filly, I think, Sesame, is running as straight as a gun barrel there. If anything, now she's got room to go to the fence. She, in fact, is allowed to wander a little bit to the left. I think Walter's looking for racing room here.
Pulls his whip through, Walter.
His stick, pulls it through into his left, just gives the mare one. She answers. Willie Carson is always also answering, but just gets that high smack. But just look how he stops just before he hits one on Rudjig. And in fact, a lot of people think that Willie gives a horse a big punishing ride. Well, the strength, believe you me, comes from his body. There he goes to the line. What game racehorses are. Sesame, for me, has just